Doodlebud here. When a pen comes in a box like this, you know it's going to be something interesting and fancy. This is by Ashera. The pen is called the Aeon, and this was sent to me for review. They're a new company out of Germany, and they pride themselves on a lot of craftsmanship. The pens are handmade. Beautiful box. You have a little dimple on here to put the pen on. Let's show you what it looks like. It's put on with some magnets. It's quite nice. This is a nice box. I like this. The pen comes in different combinations of wood. Some are quite exotic and lovely, and also titanium here for these rings and the section. It's fitted with a number 6 Yovo style nib that comes in fine or medium. I checked the website just before this video, and it seems like all the stainless steel nibs are sold out. So the only ones are left are the gold and platinum. If you go onto their website, which I'll have a link down below, you can learn all about the design philosophy. There seems to be a lot of intent went into the overall, assembly and designing and style and comfort and balance in the pen. And I have to tell you, as soon as I pulled it out, I don't have any pens that look like this. So it is nice to see something that isn't just a basic cigar shaped pen. I do like that. I put it in my hand right away and I noticed it was quite comfortable. And every time I've grabbed for it, it's very, very comfortable. It's a cartridge converter pen. As you can see here, came with the converter that's on there. Another thing that caught my attention right away is how quickly the cap comes off. It's quick. It's a triple start thread. It's a very, very, very short thread, but they still managed to get a triple start thread in there, and it only needs 1/3 of a rotation to pop off the cap. So it's quick, fast, and ready to go. The production run on these is limited to 999 units, and they also plant trees in replacement of materials that they use. So a bit of a way to help offset the environmental impact when you're making your pens. Let's go back to this box for a minute, because this is something that really stood out to me. Most of the time when you get packaging, you get a lot of boxes. Some of you just chuck them. I'm one of the people who keeps them. So I have bins of just useless boxes, and I don't know why, but I just do. And I don't know what to do with them. This one is actually quite functional. I would rather have either extreme, a functional box like this, where it does serve a purpose, like a nice little pen rest, or you keep this one in your desk. That's quite nice. Or just something plain Jane like a Lamy piece of cardboard. You don't really keep it, you just put it in the recycling. But the ones in between, where it's a plastic clamshell box or something with fuzziness and the silky satin and all that kind of stuff, I'm not going to really use them. I'll use a pen case, but this is quite nice and functional. So I do like something like this. The wood is quite a nice touch, and yeah, that's quite good. So you can use it as a pen rest as well, to have it as a desk pen, or just have it open like this on your desk. I sort of like that. I bring this up because this is how I essentially use the pen. This was at my office sort of as a desk pen for the past month and plus. When I went to put it into my pen cases, it didn't really make sense. It's quite long when it's like this. So I just thought, this seems like a nice desk pen, and that's really how I've been using it for quite some time. I have some pens here all ready to go for the size comparison, so let's just do that right now. At the top, we have a Lamy All-Star, my Mont Blanc M, the Ashera Aeon, a Back to the Land by Esterbrook. This is the Funky Lake. And then we had the Magna Carta Mag 650. Here we are with the caps off unposted. This pen does not post, but quick correction. I think I misspoke and said Funky Lake. This is the Quirky Leaf. So for the keyboard warriors just jumping in there to let me know, you can calm her down. It is quite a sizable pen, nice and long. For my hand size, it's extremely comfortable. I actually hold it quite far back. Some folks like to really grip down low, and then it sticks out quite far that way. It's not unbalanced at all. It's wood, so it's super light. You can be gripping right down here, and there's no back weight to it, so it's nice. All the weight here is at the front. But with this one, I find I like to grab actually just right here. The section is a little bit on the slick side, so it's polished. There's no micro grooves or anything like that. So I wouldn't go eat a bag of, chips and then go for this pen. I wasn't doing that anyways, but I find for me, just grabbing here more at the top is more comfortable. If you post it, you're probably going to damage the wood. I wouldn't do that, but it's quite long anyways. So it's quite comfortable just holding it like this. I've been going for this a lot. I've been on calls and doing notes and just quickly rip it out. The uncapping, capping is really nice. Do my notes, all that kind of stuff. And then, I have my little pen tray here, and we just put it back here on the desk. So it doesn't have a clip, so obviously it's going to roll around. Yeah, this is nice. Earlier in the video, I mentioned they are sold out of stainless steel nibs. Now, when they first reached out to me and I received the pen, I did check out their website and they had pricing for the stainless steel nibs. I can't remember what it was, but I do remember going from stainless steel to the gold was a pretty significant jump. So this model here, this is Holly. I don't know what the price is starting with stainless steel, but with the gold nib, you're starting at $660. If you go to platinum at $700, so there is a pretty serious jump from the stainless steel to the golds or platinums. However, there is a discount code to help a little bit. Doodlebud saves you 15%. But then if you really go crazy with the woods, there's some quite expensive woods on there, you can get in excess of $1,000. Now I will write with the pen. Afterwards, I'll give you my thoughts and some other comments. The ink I will be using is this right here, this Herbin Liège Sauvage. Just did a video on this the other day, and some Rhodia dot pad. So here are some comments on writing with the pen. Overall, it's really, really good. My writing's off tonight. I probably shouldn't do an arm wrestling workout just before I shoot a review because my hands are still pumped up. But anyways, each nib on all the pens, whichever nib you get, whether it's stainless steel, gold, or platinum, they're all inspected, tuned, and smooth. Pen has been really great. I've been using it a lot for signatures when I have to do paper signatures, but also a lot for notes. I get on a lot of client calls and webinars I'm on, different things, and I always have a pen next to me to jot down some notes, and this has been really, really good. There is one area I have been a little bit disappointed on, and that has to do with the cap seal. I find on average it lasts, depending on the ink, because that makes a difference, but usually somewhere around 4 to 6 days, the cap seal. After a week, it's dried out with each ink I've used, but on average, it goes to about 4 to maybe 6 days. I'm not sure if that has to do with the fact that the cap is wood and there's no cap liner. I'm just speculating here, but I'm just curious if that's maybe what's drawing out the ink. There is, it appears to be a step that they have on the inside of the cap. It's tough to get you the lighting down there. You can just make it up, but there's a step that's down there. And as far as I know, that goes up against the end of the section to make the seal. I'm just curious, one way to fix that to help with longevity in cap seal is if there's some type of coating you can get on there, like in shipbuilding, a lot of ships boats are made from wood. And I know they use different types of sealants. So I'm curious if that might just solve the trick there to help improve when it comes to sealing. It's good for, daily usage and stuff like that. But if I don't go for my office, let's say I'm at my office at a Friday, that's the last day I use it. If it's a long weekend and then maybe I don't get to my office for a few more days, there was one instance I came in and it was dried out by the time I came back. So a longer cap seal would definitely improve. And I think improving the seal down there might be better than trying to do something here. There's just not enough room to put like an O-ring or something like that. And that sort of takes away from the look of the pen versus that might be all you need to do. Let's get you a few measurements. We'll start off with the weight. Here we got 31.5. That is with ink and converter. You pop the cap off. That's how you will be using it. 26 and change. Cap on, it's about 171 millimeters. Cap off, about 153.5. Body diameter at the thickest, about 16.25. Section diameter starts off at about 12.5 millimeters. Ends at about 10.75. And it is a fairly long section to the first thread. It's about 27 millimeters. So that's where we'll leave it. Thanks to Ashera for sending me their lovely Aeon fountain pen for review. I have been enjoying using it as a desk pen. That's a bit of a new experience for me. Never had a desk pen before or designated a pen for that. It's great because it's that quick capping and uncapping for quick notes, even one-handed. I can grab something and away I go. So it's been very functional for that. I've been enjoying using it for that. It's comfortable. all that great stuff. The one area though, as good as the capping and uncapping is for being really fast, I do wish it had a better cap seal. Hopefully there is some type of simple solution they can come up with to improve that. And also, unfortunately, I don't have the pricing as this pen is equipped with the stainless steel nib. The only ones left are the gold and platinum, and they do fetch a pretty penny. There is the Doodlebud code to save you 15%. So that does knock it down a little bit. Let's put it back on top of the box. We're gonna shut this down. I'll have all the information down there in the description. Feel free to hit a thumbs up if you want, or subscribe, maybe a join. Gonna get ready to do a video right after this, so we'll catch you next time.